what fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. What fun it is to ride, dashing through the snow.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Christmas special roast of Dennis Wirth. Give yourselves a hand for coming out tonight. Come on, folks. Make some noise. There we go. That's good stuff. All I ask, we got some great comedians here, and we have the great Dennis Wirth here. All I ask all of you is to please keep quiet, keep your table conversations to yourselves, and have some fun. Can you guys have fun tonight? Yeah, you can. Let me bring you the guest of honor. Let me bring you Mr. Dennis Wirth. He's waving.
We
Now to introduce, folks, who you all been waiting for, the guest of honor, Mr. Dennis Wirth. That's Dennis Wirth, okay? Now, let me tell you things about Dennis Wirth. I've been friends with Dennis since we started our comedy class. Dennis took my comedy class and has progressed rapidly, and that goes without saying. So, do we have things about Dennis? You bet your life we got things about Dennis. First of all, I talked to his mom. His mom, Adrian, is in the audience. Give a hand for his mom. She's a beautiful person. Wonderful person. Who knows crap about her son. Okay. She does not know much. She says Dennis loves animals, folks. I heard that. This is true, right? Yes. Dennis loves animals. Well, let's diverge on this and say why Dennis loves animals. He loves dogs. Well, he loves hot dogs. He loves cats. Well, he likes Chinese food. He likes pigeons. He likes Chinese food. He likes pigs. He likes sausage and bacon. Dennis, when he was younger, thanks for the laughter, folks. I really appreciate it, especially on a Saturday morning. Wake me up to be in Leominster, for God's sake. Dennis had a bird and a turtle when he was a child. They were appropriately named Roast and Stew, which tells you the life of those animals, where they are now. Dennis, when he was younger, he worked at a convenience store in his teen years, and he had such a love for animals, he bought a ton load of bread. The company got mad at him for buying the bread. His purpose to buy the bread was to feed the birds outside, which is very nice of him. Give him a hand. That's a very nice gesture. Don't clap too hard. He fattened them up, and then he brought them home to meet stew and soup and medley, the rest of his animals. Dennis hates hugs, so don't hug him, and I don't care to hug him because he's a big man, and I'd have awful visions afterwards. Dennis your mother said this, Dennis loves to eat. No way. Dennis loves to eat. Look at this guy, okay? Come on, think about it. Loves to eat. Everything's around food, okay? He has the comedy kitchen, right? Okay? He works at a Chinese restaurant, right? When he gives directions, all his landmarks are food. Take a right at Wendy's, take a left at McDonald's, go straight past Burger King, and when you reach a house of pancakes, give me a call. And his favorite word in French is, you can figure this out, folks, buffet. That's a bad joke, and most of you let me know that. Thank you. Dennis, his mother says he loves dependable people. Yes, he loves comedians that are dependable, and that's true. We ought to be dependable for him. He gives us work. He puts good shows together. Give me a hand, comics, because he's given us all work. But in my version, the dependable people that Dennis likes are the pizza delivery guy. That better be there on time. He likes the people behind all the counters at Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, you name it, Jack in the Box, and what have you. Look, when this guy interviewed the best quality, they asked him at Jade, what is your best quality? And he said, friendly, 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 friendlies. Hey, let's go to Friendlies, he said. It's another crappy joke. Okay, good. Dennis loves the Celtics. You have a love for the Celtics. Yes. Me too. Put them up for the seas. Yeah, they may suck this year, but we still love them, okay? He loves the Celtics as I do. And you remember famous announcer? This guy fell. Oh, well, yeah, he broke the nutcracker. No, the nutcracker's back. Don't look at me like that. Anyway. Oh, anyway. Just look at me. We'll find your nuts later. Nuts. Guys, don't think that. Okay. Dennis, you love Johnny Most. Remember the immortal Johnny Most who did the Celtics? Johnny Most. Oh, my God. Johnny Most. Johnny Most, we love Johnny Most because he exaggerated every play for the Celtics. Larry Bird is getting stabbed out there. I don't believe it. No one's making a call. There's blood all over the place. And Larry just fell and twisted his knee. You can picture Johnny Most doing the replay of Dennis at the buffet. And here comes Wirth. He comes close to the buffet. And bang! He gets the chicken. Bang! He also gets the pork chops. And there he goes after the rice. I don't believe it. He's going up for a fourth time. She says Dennis loves to pose pictures. Yes, most of them are alone or with mannequins, but Dennis loves to pose. He made me take a picture of him with a mannequin. That's the most sex he's gotten in years, folks, with the mannequin. She did not complain or scream. Boom! No, that's what Dennis says. Okay. Let's see. Dennis is French, German, and Polish. I don't know what you brag about, but I knew Dennis was German. When he came to my class for the first time, he came walking in like this. Then when he had a comment in class, he'd raise his hand like this. All right, folks. That's not funny for you Germans out there, but I didn't write this stuff. Somebody else did. Thomas Mitchell. Dennis, history of Dennis is the following. He attended Monty Tech. Everybody knows Monty Tech, famous institute for people who can't make it in high school. Dennis, Monty Tech, he went into auto body, okay? And he worked in it for a short while, correct?
Yes.
And he quit it because it was too messy. So he made a name for himself, and he said, I know what I want to do. I want to quit everything I learned in school and go work at a Chinese restaurant. So Dennis went to Jade, okay? They knew they had a gem in Dennis because Jade used to have a buffet till Dennis got there. Every day they'd tell him, buffet closed, fat man, you leave. So they figured, let's do takeout. So they took him out in the back. Anyway, they said his mother also said Dennis hates to read. Well, that's evident if you see his comedy because he hates to read his crowd. He doesn't know what they want. Oh, stop it. Stop it. I'll get you guys later. But anyway, this guy's a great guy. He does a lot for the comedy scene. In the 5 years he's been, yeah, 5 years. We'll go with 5 years. 5 years he's been into it. He's done a lot. He's made a lot of strides. He's been in a lot of comedy clubs. This guy's a good guy, you know. He may be overweight. He may be loud. He is loud. Did anybody know that he's loud? You know, when he speaks up here, we had to alert Fitchburg and surrounding towns of disturbing the peace. That it's only Dennis Wirth. So when this goes on cable, they have to lower the decibels. Matter of fact, the last time he made some comments at a comedy show, dogs were howling and cats were scratching their eyes out, and they ran straight to the Chinese restaurant. So anyway. So, folks, we have a... You can clap because I'm done, okay? All right. And, folks, let's hear it for Blue Knife. Blue Knife did a great job with that first song. They played a lovely medley about a Christmas song about a kid getting stabbed in Fitchburg. Nothing new. It's just for ambiance and atmosphere. I can't walk through Fitchburg now. So, folks, we have an array of comics. We have a great lineup of comics. We have 7 people who want to compliment on the virtues of Dennis. I told people to say something nice about Dennis, and they all paused and said, is there anything else that we could do? That was from the heart. It wasn't funny, but it wasn't from the heart. So, folks, we have 7 talented, well, we have 7 people. All right, how's that? Except for this guy, no. They're all my friends. They're all great people, and I'm glad to be here. Stop it. They're all my great friends, and it's great to be here with them, to share the stage with such an honorable man. But it's great to have these guys. This first guy, he took my class. When he walked in, I said to myself, I know his face from the post office. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Richard McCabe.
All right, well, this is pretty cool, and, you know, I felt really bad about coming up with mean stuff to say about Dennis, because, you know, I'm not like that, but then he made me wear this freaking hat, so I'm okay with it now. And then I'm supposed to say something about Mr. Bill over there, who I've done comedy with a bunch of times, and I have actually a bunch of stuff on him, and then I realize he knows where my wife works, so I'm going to leave Bill alone. But I don't know if you know it or not, Dennis actually lost a lot of weight recently. A few years ago, he was really big, big enough so that actually I went to one of his shows, and there were 3 small comedians actually in orbit around Dennis at that particular point. Cool. I'm out of reach, right? I did see his yearbook from high school, and he was voted the most likely to eat everything. Still smiling. This is good. So, he got, a lot of people may not know this, but in Saugus, there's a Calhoun. It's a comedy Chinese restaurant. And when you make it there, you've kind of made it big. And they offered him a gig there, and it was a really big moment. And they said, basically, we'll give you either $500 or 2 trips to the buffet. Something else, something that you might not know about Dennis is he did do stripping. He was doing big guy night at the strip clubs around here, and I don't know exactly how that worked out, but I did hear that the first time he put a G-string on, nobody's ever seen it again. He doesn't even know where it went. But that's all I really have to, I got to tell you that Dennis works his butt off. He does a lot of things for a lot of local comics. He, mic time, he's absolutely relentless in his pursuit of finding rooms to do and rooms to run and helping people out. So he deserves a lot of credit for everything he does.
Rich McCabe, who quoted, "Dennis works his butt off. Folks, have you seen his butt?" Sorry, Adrian. Dennis's mom. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work, that's right. So, folks, great job. Great job, Ray. Give Rich a hand again, please. Largely because no one else will. Okay. Anyway, number 2 is a great guy. He really is. He is a friend of mine. I met him a long time ago, and I said to myself, will I run into him again? I hope the hell not, and you'll know why. Give it up for Scott MacNeil, please. Scott MacNeil.
Thanks. It's an honor and a privilege to be here, and I'm actually supposed to, I think, start off with Alana. And Alana's a friend, but she's wearing a shirt here that says, "Got toys." I thought those were toys. I was hoping maybe you could help me with some of my Christmas shopping for my kids. I'm hoping to see your Fisher-Price catalog, but I haven't seen you produce that one yet. I'm not quite sure what line of toys you have. But I want something that the kids can bring to school and share with all the other kids out on the playground and have fun and laugh and sing and dance and all that. I performed at Alana's shows. She puts on some great shows, great family, lovely people, and been very supportive of me and my comedy, and I think hopefully likewise. So I appreciate you, and I think too you've got a nice tank top there, and I hope you remember not to put it in a hot dryer so that it doesn't get smaller. And Dennis.
Yes.
Dennis, you're a great guy, and you're the only guy I know who can make a Santa suit look snug. I saw you going around earlier asking everybody what they want for Christmas. Not that you're going to give anybody one damn thing, but just to torment them so they know what they're missing out on. And I love you and your mom. You're great people, and I hope you two never break up. You're a great guy. You've always been generous to me, put me in different shows, and very kind. Sometimes it's actually hard to roast you, but you were saying it's hot in here. It's only because you're so hot. Come on, a little hand there for him. Actually, I was hoping you'd wear something silly today instead of your regular garb.
That's all I got.
I said to someone before the show, I said, I'd love to see Dennis show up for a therapy appointment wearing this outfit and saying, what are you talking about? I wear this all the time,
That's right.
No, you're not driving around wearing this trying to offer candy if people get in your car. Way my life's going, I'd get in. But seriously, Dennis puts on some wonderful shows, and you're really a good-hearted guy. You give the shirt off your back. I just know not to eat within 3 feet of you because I want the food for myself, Actually, Dennis really, he does a great service for people. He's kind, he's generous, he's thoughtful and considerate, and I think you don't always get the dues that you deserve. And, from the bottom of my heart, I love you as a friend and as a comedian and as a human being. I think you're where it's at, and you're a great example of how people should be and what comedy should be about. And Dennis even helped out to a benefit. I know Dennis doesn't always toot his own horn, but there was a lady who had a tragedy. She lost her husband, left with 2 young kids, and Dennis stepped forward and put together a comedy benefit to help raise money to help pay toward that funeral. So, as much as we roast you, we love you. We wouldn't roast you if we didn't love you so much. And you're a great guy, and we're all here to support you and encourage you. So I think that's about all I have to say. So thank you.
Like many of you here, I can't wait till Scott gets off his meds. This next guy, give him a hand because he was in the Army? Army? Were you in the Army?
Yeah, Army National.
Army. Good for him. Army, give him a hand because he fought for our country and sacrificed his life. Little did you know that he's head of the latrines, so he's head of the head. Give it up for Mr. Bruce Chester, please.
Oh, well, thanks. Yeah, I spent some time overseas, and they had a lot of cats and dogs, and I was expecting to see Dennis, but for some reason he didn't show up. Maybe it's the flying, I don't know. No, seriously. I've been fortunate to perform with Dennis. Dennis has brought me along on a lot of things, and one thing I love about Dennis is he's a great promoter, and I was kind of excited. I was at Hampton Beach once with my daughter, and we saw, oh, there's Dennis. And, I performed with him, and then we see him all over the place. And after a while, I got a little concerned because I went to the bathroom one day. I'm sitting down, and right in front of me is a flyer with Dennis's picture on it, and that was fine, except it was when he was in his Speedo. It was not. I didn't sleep for weeks. Anyway, But anyway, yeah, I guess, I don't know if you guys know Millhouse. Millhouse and I performed a couple of times together. I like Millhouse. I like when he brings his appendage or his partner or his left arm. What's his name again? That guy you performed with? Casper the Friendly Ghost. Yeah, because he's not here, you can't see him. He's here, you can't see him. So, and he's young. So anyway,
you know it's Casper.
You know it's So anyway, but yeah, as Jerry said, I spent some time in the military, and I enjoyed it, and there's tons of humor, which is most of my act. And fortunately, I haven't been thrown out yet, which is good. Dennis doesn't throw me out often. But, yeah, it's been an interesting experience listening to Dennis's material, for instance, his trips to Burger King, and talking about how he has his burger, his naked. Again, didn't sleep for weeks. Anyway, and then there's that other fiasco called Cafe 57 that we did. It was fun, and then we found out that after 6 weeks, oh, you need a clean show. Now I'm a clean comic, and Dennis likes to. Dennis is, and I'm not talking about his hygiene. I wasn't gonna go there, but. We did. Anyway, but no, it was just, this is actually a true story. It's like 6 weeks of us going up there, and I'm doing my thing. Jerry was up there. We had a few other people, and then they kick us out because it's not clean. It's like, were you not listening the other 6 weeks? I mean, what were you missing? I mean, were you napping? I mean, what is that all about? But anyway, and then also recently, I got to be on Comedy Kitchen making coconut balls. And yeah, see, the toy lady over there. Yeah, great. Yeah, so I'm not looking at her because she'll kill me with her eyes. No, no, just kidding. But no, the coconut balls were great. Dennis is a fantastic cook, and as you can see, he samples his own stuff. And as you can see, I sampled the stuff too, because I'm not the smallest guy in the world either. But it was a neat experience. I've been trying to get on TV for years, and Dennis made that happen, even though it's local cable access. No, I'm just kidding. No, the funny part is I know a lot of people in town, so I'm probably in a lot of trouble right now. So anyway, Dennis, just want to thank you for bringing me along on your comedy adventures and comedy trips, and it's it's been a pleasure. It's been pretty cool. And contrary to popular belief, nobody made me wear this hat. I was just bored. Anyway, Dennis.
For Bruce Chester. Bruce Chester the Jester. Oh. A lot of fun, Bruce. I'm glad you stopped. Oh, that's good. I'm kidding. I got to make up this stuff as I go along. We have a great lineup. This is amazing, the lineup we have. This guy we have here coming up next, he's another great friend. We started out, Dennis and him started at the same time. Was Dennis, you and Bill, same class?
A little bit apart, pretty
close.
close. Yeah, very close.
Yeah, we belong close. You don't want to get too close to Bill because he's from Wingenton. They mate, but they keep it in the family. Bill's got a lot of trees that grow in the yard that grow straight up, okay? You know what I'm saying? For you people in Fitchburg, there's room for you, okay? No, Bill's a great guy. You're going to know why. He's a Chuck Norris lookalike and has none of his strengths or acting abilities. Let's give it up for my good friend, Bill Slemmer.
Wow, man. Yeah, that was really nice. I thought we were here to roast Dennis. Looked like Fred Flintstone from the Christmas special. You know that, right? Yeah, never did. So we all met Rich, right? I do know his wife, and I do know where she works. He didn't have to marry his wife because he loved her. He married because he had so much crap in her garage he had to. Right? Rich, you can see, a little overweight. Decided he was going to do a little exercise. Bought a bike. Lasted about a block because when his little spandex shorts caught his thighs on fire. So, you know, Dennis and I, we started out doing comedy, about 5 years ago? Yeah. So when they asked me to come out and do Roast Dennis, my first thought was, yeah, okay. Then I'm trying to put a set together. I'm like, there's nothing funny about Dennis. Have you seen his set? Boom! In fact, it's kind of pathetic. You know, here's a middle-aged guy. His job is running a Chinese restaurant. And you got to wonder, how much rice do you have to eat to get that big? Unfortunately, Dennis is divorced. Most marriages do end in divorce nowadays. He is divorced. And as mad as he is about paying child support, he's more pissed off that his ex-wife married an Asian man because he's bigger than Dennis. So Dennis has the Comedy Kitchen. Go figure, has two of his favorite things, comedy and eating. His first idea was a takeoff of Man vs. Food, but he could not find a sponsor who could afford to bankroll the show. Not too many people know this, but Dennis has a secret identity. Am I allowed to reveal this?
Go for it.
Okay. He's the child support superhero. Now, you may have read in the newspapers about this guy breaking car windows while people are having sex and throwing condoms in the car. I got to know, where was this superhero 43 years ago? So Dennis pays a lot of child support, so he had to get a second job as a Chippendale dancer. Yep. The last time we did that routine was at a gay bar, and we did not see him for 2 weeks. But when he came back, he was smiling and walking bow-legged. Of course, Dennis had the love and support of one great woman, his mom.
Yes.
Time to cut the umbilical cord, dude. Now, I appreciate you having me here. Like I said, we go back 5 years. Dennis has got a heart bigger than the size of him. Very generous, always willing to bring new performers to shows, very supportive. We've done a lot of shows for Comics for a Cure, along with Jerry. Terrific, funny gentleman, and I know you have many, many years left of making people laugh. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Widgeton. What else more can I say? Bachman Turner Overdrive can do a tribute to Bill's lovely town. Living here in Wingenton every day, living here in Wingenton. I'm not gay, living here in Wingenton. It's all right, living here in Wingenton. My cousin is my wife. This next guest, I got no friends left after tonight, so in the town of Wingeton, Fitchburg, and Leominster. Vote Mazzarella. Let's see, this next gal, my God. You want her everywhere but Christmas and around your children, and you'll know why. No, you do want her on. I love her dearly. She's one of my best friends in comedy, along with Dennis, Bill. There's a host of others, Larry Lee Lewis. There's a ton of people. These guys here, they're all good friends. The guys in the audience, too. And even Adrian, she's a nice person, too. So, you know what? You're going to love this girl. The men love her toys, and the women love her toys more than children do. You'll know why. Alana Susko, please give it up.
That's so exciting. Merry Christmas, everybody. I got my Christmas spirit. I had to bring my special shirt. I had this holiday sweater made for me by my brother-in-law. Clearly, you know, he's gay. But it didn't come with instructions, and I washed it, and then I dried it. So I can only wear it for special occasions because it's like a half shirt. Remember when we were kids and we were cool and we would like tuck our shirt down and through? So I'm so excited to be here. Merry Christmas, everyone, and happy holidays on the Comedy Kitchen, Comedy Roast. I have to say, though, Dennis, my only disappointment is I thought we were going to, like, rub meat. You know, I thought we were going to cook a roast. So I'm a little bummed about that I'm not eating meat. You know, clearly not a vegetarian. And Bill Slemmer, man, I love your feathered hair. I know I'm not supposed to riff on you, but like Bee Gees, and then Jerry sang like a Bee Gee, so how awesome was that? Now, Scott McNeel, great friend of mine. I remember the first time he called me on the phone, and I couldn't hang up with you, you know? He's got a wonderful personality. He loves to talk. He's very, very friendly. And he mingles with all these really famous people. I don't know if you guys know this or see him on Facebook, but he was with Linda Blair from The Exorcist and Canopy Soup, like you do, because everyone's ready for something like that. And then Emo Phillips and Davy Jones. Oh, remember the Monkees? And I know you're thinking right now, here we come. I was going to wear my shirt that said, don't look into my eyes, but I went with Gut Toys instead. Also, Peter Tork of the Monkees and his all-time favorite, Steve Wright, and some guy named Jay Leno. I don't really know who that is, but I feel like I'll finally have arrived and be famous when I have my picture with Scott McNeel. That's the way I feel. Yeah, we're gonna do it today, right? Absolutely. Okay, we're gonna work that out. And Dennis, a lot of people don't know this, but Dennis and I grew up together, and yeah, and we raised chickens. And he used to come over, and I would show him how to hypnotize chickens, and we would have so much fun. And he did have a turtle, Jerry, but his turtle was named Lightning. So you didn't know him as well as I did. I used to knock on his door, and I'd be like to his mom, can Dennis come out and play? And he didn't want to leave his mom. He would just stay there all the time. I understand they just stopped bathing together, you know. Yeah, she still reads him stories at night, though. You know, well, they don't bathe together, but she sits on the toilet and reads him stories. And I didn't understand that kind of relationship until I had my own son, and I don't think that's weird at all. I think that's totally, completely normal, you know? And yeah. So what can I say? I'm going to say something nice about Dennis, because I truly love you. I'll tell you, he's the kind of guy that if you ask him to be there, he's there. He's dependable. He's reliable. He's the utmost professional. He puts on great, great shows. He's loud and proud and in charge, an amazing host. And we had an awful, awful family tragedy, and he was one of the very first people to reach out to me and say, hey, you know, what can I do? How can I help? And just a heart of gold and a really good friend, and I look forward to doing comedy with you for years to come. Thank Dennis you. Wirth.
Sing like a Bee Gee. I'll remember that. I remember that. No one knows that Dennis, you know, your mom said you hate to read, but we know every night that what she reads you in bed is that famous French author, you know, one of his favorite works, you people all know it, Menu, you know. Appetizers, Dennis, there's potato skins. He goes, oh. And then the main entree is, shut up, Jerry, and bring up the next comic. Okay, I will. So, folks, we continue on. Don't worry, there's 80 more comics. No, this guy here, I'm telling you, this guy here, one thing about him I must say about him, I've known this guy for years. have a lot of good to say about everybody. Him, I run short. No, he's a great guy. He's always helped me when I had comics for Cure, as well as Dennis, as well as Alana, as well as a lot of people here. He's from New Hampshire. Don't get mad at him. You know, Southern New Hampshire, also like Alana, where, you know, they don't mate as much up there, you know, but they try to keep it in the family, if you know what I'm saying. Move to Fitchburg. Great guy. He works the public service. So not the public service you think. He's a great guy. I love him like a brother. Thomas Mitchell.
Oh, man. It was good seeing Alana up here. She said she was going to have that shirt that said, you know, don't look into my eyes. You know, I got a pair of pants that say the same thing. Getting a little lower, though. So if you can get the band to laugh, then you're good. Then you're gold. Oh man, I work with Jerry a lot at comedy, and he's got to be the oldest comic I know still doing stand-up comedy, right? I mean, his Social Security card is in Roman numerals. His Social Security number is 2. So he's old, is what I'm telling you. He's old. He's so old. Some things are just a distant memory, right? He can't enjoy sex anymore. Right? Because he's so amazed he's getting it in the first place. He's 57, so he said 57 for at that age, a sex move is when he tries to rub out the cramp in his leg he's got. Oh man! And then he's also, you know, he's also with the sex. It's again, the last time he saw a real breast was in a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken. And he has had some bouts of unemployment. He's been, you know, job challenged a couple times. So I know one time when he had a long stretch, he took a job at Walmart. He became the Walmart greeter. And he got fired from that. He was there, I walked in, he said, "Welcome to Walmart, how may I hurt you?" Like, Jerry, you gotta get these right. All right, some of these are new and just for me, so that's okay. But I've been working a long time with Dennis. Dennis, boy, I gotta tell you, he is one of the hardest working guys out there, and he is very loud. One time, you know, a friend of ours passed away. We went to the funeral, and he is just so bombastic. The guy in the coffin's like, "Dead guy here, trying to die. Quiet down, you know?" I would just love to see him later, you know, administering the Eucharist, you know, at a church. It's, "Body of Christ here! Body of Christ!" He's loud, is what I'm telling you. So, and he is a little weight challenge, and I've noticed, I read in the paper that Dennis is suing McDonald's for making him fat. Right? He couldn't walk by the restaurant like the rest of us, so he's suing McDonald's for making him fat. If he wins his case, I'm suing Playboy for carpal tunnel syndrome. Okay? I think I got a case there too, you know? Oh boy, he is a little heavy. Went to donate blood. It turned out his blood type was gravy. And he is a very creative cook. In fact, there was a contest between him as one of the most creative cooks, and his opponent was Jeffrey Dahmer. They tried to get each other to come over to the house for dinner. Dennis was like, "Jeffrey, come on over to my house." And Jeffrey was like, "No, Dennis, come over to my house. Come over to my house." And then one of them said, "Well, I've got lady fingers." And people do pick on him for, you know, being close to his mom. I mean, he's got to be close to his mom because they haven't cut the umbilical cord yet, you know? All right, so if I stumbled over that one, it would have been better if I didn't. I tell you, Dennis is a very hard-working guy, and all the comics, we are thankful for that because he's relentless in getting rooms, opening new rooms, and bringing comics that know him and are dependable and working for him. And I tell you, you've given me a lot of gigs. You get a lot of people here at gigs, and we do appreciate it. And you do have a heart of gold, and you do a lot of benefits for us, and we do appreciate that. So, Dennis, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Nice when people from Southern New Hampshire come fully dressed for the occasion. Amazing. Amazing. I got new enemies now. I said that earlier. This last guy, I mean, how stupid can you be to nickname yourself after a president we all hated, okay? But you have to, I think he's thinking about this. He's on a weight loss program. He's lost 180 pounds. I heard he got rid of his partner, which we hope he does. Folks, I don't know what to say, but anyone who goes by this name can't be all that bad. Milhouse G, folks. All right. Thank you, Jerry. Jerry does a comedy class, and I didn't take his class because I wanted to save money. How many people here took Jerry's class? Suckers! Suckers! You look good tonight, Dennis. You look good tonight. Jesus. I didn't know what to say when you say, let's do a roast about Dennis Wirth. I mean, I thought you, had a lot of money going on. You rent out your underwear for low-budget housing. That's kind of good. Very proud of you about that. Dennis looks like a weeble on steroids. Jesus, Dennis, come on. I don't know what to say about Dennis. I tried to write a few things down. We talked about the child support superhero, Dennis, the character that he does. Somebody touched on that. Thanks for ruining my gig on that one. Beautiful. But the child support superhero, Dennis, this guy, he goes around giving condoms out, so he says, oh, that way you won't have unprotected sex. Like me, like Dennis. Oh, I have to pay child support. Oh, wow. Great. By the way, really ingenious. The amazing thing to me is, Dennis, that somebody actually had sex with you. And Bruce Chester, ex-military, fantastic guy. Did a few shows with him. Fortunately, I did a few shows with him from some of these dumps that Dennis Wirth sets me up in. Jesus, you know what I'm saying, guys? The Red Onion in Boxenborough, whatever the hell that was. Thanks for leading me out of there in one piece. You gotta take Bruce with you to his gigs. J.D. Chasers in Hudson? Really, Dennis?
Yeah.
Jesus. And you think, Alana, beautiful Alana. She runs she has a little comedy company, Comedy on Purpose. Beautiful. What an ingenious name, Alana.
Oh, thank you.
And then we have Dennis's idea. Joke in the box. What the hell is that? More like jack off in the box, if you ask me. Jesus. What other dumps have we played, Dennis? Jesus, we played a lot of them. I think that's about the Red Onion was the biggie for me. And then one time we went down to Worcester and we did this. I didn't even get out of my car for that one. I just kept on going. He's like, oh, come play this theater. Oh, it's where the Rolling Stones played. Oh, great. Back in the 70s. I can see where the Rolling Stones played there. I was offered to buy drugs like 6 times as I was waiting to get it. Where was that place, Dennis? What was it called?
The Lucky Dog.
I was lucky to get out of there alive, that's for sure. Jesus, and Bruce, and thank you for getting me out of there, really. I really appreciate that. Oh, man, thanks. Dennis is one of the few people that actually hire me and pay me to do comedy. And you can see what kind of judgment he has as a booking agent. No, seriously, Dennis, I really appreciate it. When I'm doing comedy, I saw Dennis one time eat a whole pizza during my 5-minute set. Dennis paid me once in lo mein. Okay? He did, thank you, Jerry. I did that without taking your frickin' class, you bastard. How much do you charge? How much do you charge for that, Jerry?
You couldn't afford it, you don't have a car.
Damn it. Oh! I did have to ride in with Alana. Suckers! I rode in with the beautiful Alana. What, did you guys walk in by yourself? Oh. No, really, Dennis. Besides the lo mein incident, when you paid me with that, it wasn't bad. You're a great guy. I really like working with you when and if you call me. And the rest of the comics, you guys have been great. And Dennis, thank you very much. We're back to our host, Jerry Caruso.
Truth is, folks, Millhouse does have a car. He just doesn't have an act. Now Dennis said he owes me 20 for this. He goes, now comes the end where you say something nice about me. You look good in red. Don't wear tight clothes again. No, Dennis is one of the few that took my class that actually frickin' listened to me. He's very faithful, very honorable. He gives me a lot of work. He used me to close a lot of shows. Don't say anything, you guys. Dennis does have a heart of gold. with a little bit of fat around it. He does have a heart of gold. He's a great guy. He works very hard. He works so hard. It's amazing. I always worry and want a respirator at every show that I have. When he does that Chippendales dance, he comes back out of breath, and that's when he takes one step away from the dance. So when he gets to the stage, we have people help him. No, but he really works hard. He's one of the hardest working guys I've ever seen. And in the 5 years, I've never seen anyone rise as well as he has. I've never seen anyone improve as well as he has. And I never want to work with anyone like him ever again. No. I am so proud of him at how far he's come. He's done everything from radio, people don't mention, radio show on a station that nobody gets. He also, has this cable TV show. He's done some acting. It's just amazing what this guy has done in his 5 years. He's a very good friend of mine, and he knows it, and I love him like a brother. Folks, let me give you Dennis Wirth.
Thank you. It's always interesting what your true friends have to say about you. And payback is a bitch. All right, let's begin, shall we? I see my buddy Rich McCabe is here. Thank you for coming down, Rich. Thank you. What a lot of people don't know about Rich is that he's a prop comic, okay? Among his props are a power drill, an umbrella, and a bike seat, okay? His wife says his act is a lot like their love life. She says first he wants to drill me, then he wants to cover up, then he wants to sit on his ass all day. I consider him kind of like the George Carlin of comedy, though. I mean, now that George is dead, I mean. I see my buddy Scott MacNeil's here. Give it up for Scott. Thank you for coming down, Scott. Yeah, we call Scott the king of the one-liners, and the reason is his memory isn't good enough to memorize an entire joke. It took Scott over a year to memorize the first quarter of his act. By the time he memorizes his entire act, he'll be fighting Alzheimer's disease to tell it on bingo night at the Shady Acres nursing home. But it's all good because I love Scott. All right, my buddy Bruce Chester's here. Give it up, military man. Bruce Chester only tells clean jokes. That's all he'll ever tell. The first time I saw his act, I thought I saw a putty. In addition to comic and doing the comedy thing, he's also an actor. His big break came when he appeared on the television set built into Pump 12 at the Shell gas station. But when he was in the military, his job in the military was he was in charge of the porta potties, okay? They weren't sure who to put on the job, but after they heard a couple of his jokes, they knew he was the guy for a crappy job. They knew they had their man. My buddy Bill Slemmer's here. Give it up for Bill. Thanks for coming down, Bill. Bill Slemmer is known as the Chuck Norris of comedy. And everybody thinks it's because he looks exactly like him. But what I really know is that the reason he's the Chuck Norris of comedy is because, like Chuck, when you have a small budget, he's your guy. But if you got a real budget, he's missing in action. I called up Bill. I said, I got a TV show. Come on up, man. We're going to get baked. He raced up here, then realized I was referring to a cooking show. My sweetheart friend Alana's here. Thank you for coming down, Alana. Yeah, I always love working with Alana because you can always prepare for her arrival because her breasts enter the room a good 5 minutes before she does. That's good, yeah. What people don't know about Alana, she was once voted New Hampshire's best promoter. Very good promoter in a comedy, that's right, yeah. And the reason that she's a good promoter is because she works with Athenas and she figures out different ways to promote shows, okay? Alana Susco walks into a bar. She sees a guy enjoying a beer. She walks up to him and says, "Hey, fella, how'd you like to have a good time?" The guy says, "Sure." She hands him a business card and books him to do an Athena's Home novelty show. And that's how she gets her gigs right there. But everybody who's in comedy knows if you're a booker in comedy, you know it's like a big pissing contest in New England to see who can book the most shows and get everything on. And while it is like that, there's one gal booker who's got a bigger Johnson than any guy booker I know in the area, and that's Alana Susko, okay? That's right. And it's not because she books a lot of shows, it's because she's got about 10 different ones under her bed in little boxes she has to choose from. It's all good, all right. Who else we got here? We got Thomas Mitchell's here. My buddy Tom made the trek down. Give it up, thank you, Tom. Yeah. If Mr. Rogers and Pat Sajak had a love child, Tom would be it, okay? Yeah. Tom and I have one thing in common. We're both divorced, and he's a family man. He's, you know, he loves his family, he loves his dogs, and the question once arose, who let the dogs out? And the answer is Tom let the dogs out along with his house, furniture, vehicle, and half his bank account in his divorce settlement. You don't have to tell me, I've been there, brother, but yeah. But he's managed to find a way to recoup his cost that he lost in divorce. Once a year, he throws this huge show in the attic of his house and invites all his friend comics to come up, and he makes a little money back that way. You ever been to a show in Tom's attic? Yep. Jerry, he brought me up. Jerry brought me up. But hey, that's all good, man. You got to do what you got to do. My buddy Milhouse G is here. Give it up, Milhouse G. You know, he talked about the Lucky Dog Music Hall. He once drove over an hour to perform there, and as he said, he brought his mom with him, never even got out of the car, turned around and drove home. That was when I realized the G in Milhouse G stood for girl. But Milhouse G is only his stage name. What a lot of people don't know about him is his real name is Kevin, and he works at a school up in New Hampshire. And the reason he came up with the stage name is so when the kids at the school, the cops ask him, who's the goofy guy that tried to lure you in the bathroom with candy? They're looking for a fictitious character and not him. All right. Gotcha. Gotcha. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. Gotcha. Ain't got you yet. My buddy Jerry Caruso! Yeah. Jerry gave me my start in comedy. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you very much. Little did he know 5 years later he'd be working for me. Jerry's claim to fame in comedy is that he once opened for Larry the Cable Guy. What I've always wondered was that in order to get the gig, just how wide he had to open. But it's all right. It's my privilege to give him paid work because he's very funny and he's worth every penny to close a show, and he's more than happy to return the favor with as many unpaid gigs as you like in return. He crushes, folks. He crushes. All right. You know, Jerry's famous for impressions, okay? So what I'm going to give to you now to give my big close, this is my impression of Jerry Caruso. You ready? Hey, my name's Jerry Caruso. I got a lazy eye. My wife thinks I'm seeing somebody on the side around the corner of the street behind the building. That's right. I am the Italian stallion of comedy. No, I'm only kidding with you guys. No. But he's still got one good eye to keep an eye on everybody else to see what they're doing in comedy and try to get on their gig and take over the gig like it's his own. But that's Jerry. You gotta love him. All right, I wrote this song for Jerry. You ready? I am Italian, my friend, and I'll keep telling jokes till the end. I can always rhyme, even if I go over my time. I am Italian, I am Italian. I'll sing you a song, even if it goes too long. I am Italian, I'm gonna hurl. Thank you. All right. Roasted. All right. In all honesty, man, I want to thank you guys for being here today because you took time out of your schedule to come up here and do me a favor and be on the show. And the reason you guys are here because you're the ones I love working with most in comedy, and I want to thank you guys for being here today. Give it up for them for being here. To all my fans, I want to thank you guys. To our director, Karen Bartram, in the camera. Give it up for Karen. Thank you very much. She's got a director's hat. To my buddy Dan the cameraman, Dan Bellabo on the cameras. Give it up for him. I couldn't do it without you guys. You're as responsible for this show as anybody. And but the biggest supporter in comedy and my life, and I'd be living under a bridge without her. And you guys may laugh that my umbilical cord's still attached, but hey, at least I don't have to pay her child support. Give it up for my mom! Also, my son, if he's out there watching, your dad loves you. Thank you for tuning in. And last but not least, to the few people out there that I have had words with in comedy that don't like me, yet you've taken the time out of your busy schedule to watch this entire roast right up till the end, all I can say is this. I got a radio show, I got a TV show, I booked 6 rooms and numerous benefits. I am the child support superhero. I may not be making as much as my ex, but kiss my ass, I'm getting paid. Good night. Blue Knight, take us out! Good night.